Yeah, so right now on YouTube there are thousands of these rags over container, let's call it that, where somebody soaks this in cement and then puts it over a object and folds it beautifully. It looks amazing, and they let it dry and then they paint it with bright colors and all those things. So let's have a little bit of a discussion about this. So not one of them is using this thickness of a mix. Most of the videos show a very sloppy, watery, almost unusable mix where everything is dripping down. So this is a normal face cloth of better quality. It's a pretty good quality. So I'm going to do what they do, dip it in. And the better the quality, the more cement it's going to grab. And having a nice white face cloth makes it a lot easier. Okay. So everything is completely soaked. Going to use a little paint can. Okay. So that worked out okay. Now here's where it gets interesting. So if this were to dry for 24 hours, and let's call it harvesting. Let's say I'm harvesting this after 2 days. I would have a great little plant pot. There's no question this would work out for me as a little plant pot. I'm going to shape it better here. But here's where things start to get a little bit tricky. This fabric will end up being destroyed by the alkalinity of the cement itself. And what happens is, so having this outside in the rain and the sun, this face cloth will disintegrate quite quickly. I know there's going to be a lot of people defending that, saying, oh, I've had fabric face cloth or towel planters in my yard for 30 years and they're still going strong. I don't think that's really the case. I think this gets very fragile from the sun and from the cement eating away at the fabric. Okay? So many people have asked me, can I use old jeans? Can I use old towels? Can I use all kinds of fabrics that are not really meant for this cement work? And the answer is yes, you can use them, but don't expect 5 years, don't expect 10 years, don't expect 3 years. There will be some very quick decay and ripping. Mostly these fabric structures, they start to rip. So I'm going to show you what happens when you use a layering system. And I call this layering system, applying plies. So you're getting 4 layers on top of each other. And that makes everything very, very strong because you're layering the strength. The more layers you put down, the stronger the material gets. Okay, so these fabrics are made for cement specifically. So I'm going to put this down and I'm going to show you what actually happens. So let's say I were to put this on top of here. So I do this, this is coated in cement. I put this on top of here and it lays down half decently. When I come with a second coat and put it on top, it's really hard to get it to lie down on the first one. The third one gets even worse. So every time you're putting another layer on top of a layer, it gets harder and harder. So instead of doing that, I suggest the following. If you want super strong fabric planters that last for a lifetime, all I do is this. I have this is not like this. This is not runny. This is a really thick mix. So what happens is when you coat this, the cement itself is protecting the fabric. So what I'm getting at is over here, you have all these areas where the fabric is on the outside. It's like that thin of a coat. Here, I'm basically putting a very thick coat on the cement fabric, and I do it on both sides. So I flip this over. So what I'm getting at is I'm putting an incredibly strong, thick coat on here. Okay, so there's one layer with 2 coats of cement. Now, I don't coat this side with cement. What I wanted to do is to go into the layer below. So I wanted to actually enter the layer below so it absorbs some of the moisture, otherwise this gets too wet. So I've got a connection. I go again. So we made a planter, a tree trunk planter. I'm going to use part of this in the video just to show that it's impossible to bend 4 layers individually. But if I glue all 4 layers together, then it is quite easy for me to bend the fabric over a structure. And make sure you unfold it nicely. Laura, ¿ese es el número 3 o qué es? ¿Ah? ¿Es 3? Wow, rápido. Okay, look, so I'm making sure that I'm coating that fabric everywhere so it doesn't have any weak spots. So basically I'm discussing, what I'm showing here and discussing is a lamination process. We're putting 4 plies of this cement fabric down so that this will last forever. It'll be like really hard. I think a bullet would have a hard time getting through this if you actually let it dry out properly. Straight cement, very thick mix. This is nothing too runny. I'm going to show you how this bends as a unit. Okay, look, that's it, all done. Okay, I'm going to grab one of these containers. So look, I'm going to put this here. I've got the 4 layers laminated together. And look what happens when I put all 4 together. I can shape it so easily. Need to come up a bit. There we go. So the 4 layers are unified perfectly. They fold together nicely and they can make really beautiful shapes. No different than this one here, but this one here has 1 layer and I can see and feel the fabric coming through the material. Even though I used a very, very thick mix, I still have the problem of the fabric being on the outside. Here, by having all this material and these layers, this is so much stronger with the 4-ply than it is with the 1-ply, using a material that really isn't suitable or not recommended for mixing with cement. So that's the idea of using the real thing, the concrete fabric, also using 4 layers, applying the 4 layers all at the same time so you get this unified matting process where everything is super strong. There's no air entrapment. There's nothing in here that isn't super solid. So remember that when you're watching these videos on YouTube, when they have these people soaking the towels in this really wet diluted concrete mix, sure, they get results, but there is really not that longevity in this product because the sun will make this very weak and the cement will make it even weaker. So I want to really discuss this. What could I use? Paper thin, but you can't get at it. Like, it's not approachable. You can't get at that material because it has the 4-ply. I think a hammer or a bullet might not even go through this. That's how strong this material is because of the way it was applied in layers with the 4-ply. Lasts a lifetime, this product. So try out these concrete fabrics. They're quite cheap. I find them quite cheap for what you get. You could probably make like 60 of them out of a roll for 20 bucks or 30 of them, whatever you, how thick you make it. But you get good results with the concrete fabric, and you can decorate it really well. Just gonna put a little bit more material that I don't want to see anything missing. Well, I could sprinkle any material on here now to get it to have like a stony effect or a marbling effect. I could put paint on here, the same with that. But this is an investment and this is an investment, but this will give you 20 years, this will give you 4 years or 3 years. So make up your mind if you want to really learn the right mechanism of using the really powerful concrete fabrics, or if you want to stick to using inexpensive leftover towels and jeans or whatever people are using to make these fabric planters. Yeah, so it's the next morning. I should really wait a little bit longer, but I need to get this done. So come out easy. So this is the 4-ply concrete fabric, cement fabric, and incredibly strong. You can't even move it. And this is the typical fabric planter that they make online. And this was made with a really rich mix. This was not watered down, it was watered down, but not like the ones they show in the video. So you can see this needs other coats and other layers. It is quite cute, quite effective, but these cloths have this real flexibility to them, so it makes it very hard to get this to be incredibly strong. This fabric here, you can see, there's the cross hatching that I'm talking about. It goes in both directions, making this super strong. Yeah, I have to pass on some information that I've gained from these planters, and it has to do with the shape of the planter. This planter here only has 4 layers of cement fabric. Other planters that are rectangular or square, they need at least 6. If I had to estimate this, maybe 20 pounds, maybe 25 pounds. Now this is ready to decorate. You could put any finish on here and plant it up. The strength is going to be incredible because it's going to be pushing out equally. So this idea of when you have something round like this, the pressure is completely equal everywhere. So you're getting this pressure pushing against the outside of the planter in the same amount of force. So what happens is in the freeze-thaw cycle, round planters are much better than square or rectangular planters. It's similar to this egg concept where you push down on an egg and you can't do anything, but if you hit it on the side, it'll break. Like that roundness and the equal amount of pressure really gives it the strength, and you don't need as much fabric for that.